Coming up right now, it is the latest mid-air battle caught on camera. The ridiculous reason one passenger lost his cool.
Also coming up, is love really blind? A new dating app hopes to define a new matchmaking trend.
A little bit later on, there's a rumor out that says Kelly Clarkson is done with daytime TV after a mysterious absence from her popular show.
Say it isn't so.
We might just have to.
Daily Flash starts right now.
Get ready for trending news and entertainment. This is Daily Flash with your hosts, Andrea Jackson and Mitch English. The fun starts right now. This is Daily Flash.
Hi everyone, I'm Andrea Jackson.
I am Mitch English. Kids, this is Daily Flash.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Not too shabby.
We have matching watch bands.
You know, hey, check that. I just
Hey.
noticed that. How about that?
Twinsies.
We're the, what is the Wonder Twins?
Wonder
the
Twins.
Wonder
Yeah,
Twins.
yeah,
All
you
right.
got righteous
Orange is the
gemstones.
color. Sweet baby James sitting out there with the kids who's got his orange shoes
I
and
know,
orange
right?
hat on. Man, you look good.
You know what? I've been looking at gemstones all weekend, so you know, Baby Billy is in my heart.
Baby Billy Freeman. Our version of Baby Billy Freeman is to my right. His name's Matt Doolittle.
Man, I wish I had his teeth. I wish I had his teeth, his
Man.
wardrobe. I want the whole thing. I
Baby
want the
Billy
whole
Bible
thing.
Bumps.
Yeah.
And of course, you can check out all the stuff Sweet Baby James is putting online at our website, dailyflashshow.com. You find all the links to our fantastic social medias, including our YouTube, where I have my own little Hootenanny of a Shindig
Hootenanny.
preview, a review.
I got to tell you, it's always something interesting on Sunday nights because you watch now you can't no longer, or you'll be able to do unless you watch the repeats. Is White Lotus followed by Righteous Gemstone, and you get
Yes.
Walton Coggins
Coggins.
as this one character so deep and so troubled, and then he goes and he turns into Baby Billy,
Yeah.
and it is the most insane. That guy has so much range.
I gotta
love
give
him.
that show a second try. I tried to watch it, the Gemstones.
Yeah, okay.
And I couldn't quite get into it, but I need a new show to watch.
It's ridiculous.
The
right?
problem with that show is it's so relatable to a lot of us that grew up in like the South. and know
Okay. I
the-
think
like
that's
I
what it
know
is.
like
Is that
five,
it? You
like
know.
every character on there. I'm like, yeah, I know them. And John Goodman reminds me of my dad. Like you know when
Okay.
he's out there fishing on the boat, that would have been my dad if he'd
It's-
gotten a divorce.
it's inappropriate. That's what
this season. Oh God.
and little treats for the ladies. How about that?
Oh, well, treats for the ladies. That might be
I
it.
say little treats.
We need to get some Walton Coggins goggle glasses.
You know what?
Those
We
are real
should.
too. They're like
for-
150
Yeah.
bucks.
All right,
but-
let's get some.
That guy is everywhere.
And he should be because
Yeah.
he's paid his dues.
Terrific.
He was also in a movie with Samuel L. Jackson, where Samuel L. Jackson played this old man, and then he all of a sudden gets his memory back, and he can remember all these things. And Walter Coggins was this like very serious role the entire time, and it's so weird to see him doing that, but it just shows you how much range he has.
Yeah, in fact, he was not the first choice for season 3 White Lotus. Did you know that?
I think yes. I can't remember who. Woody Harrelson.
Woody
right?
Harrelson.
Was it you telling
yes,
me that?
I
Oh,
told,
okay,
yeah.
I'm sorry.
Woody no. Woody Harrelson was up for that role, either the Rick role or the Samuel.
You don't want Rick rolled.
Yeah, no, you don't want to get Rick rolled. The Rick character
Okay.
or the Sam Rockwell character. And because of scheduling conflicts, he had to back out because he had already had a family vacation planned.
There's so much. It's great shows, no matter what. And
so good.
White Lotus, a great series ending. too.
Yes.
All right, moving
Okay.
forward into this whole show.
A dating trend or a dating concern, some might suggest something called micro cheating. Have you heard about this? Micro cheating.
Hey, all right. Tell me about micro cheating, girl.
All right, here we go. Micro cheating includes someone who might be engaging in what seems like innocent flirting.
Okay. All right, yeah.
Okay.
And just with anybody, I guess.
Yeah,
just
with
like
anybody.
what I do every day, basically.
Pretty much, yeah. They have a backup love interest.
But all right, women, they say every woman has a backup.
Facts.
Fact, right? Like it's that person might live
Yeah.
way back here in the back of your
Uh-huh.
mind, but that's what
Yeah.
I've heard.
Okay, all
and
right,
if I'm
that's-
wrong on that, I don't want to
But
be
that's
sexist.
fair. But do you ever text an ex?
I have, yes.
Okay,
yes,
see,
yes.
so then you also have a backup. Okay.
That's a backup?
That's a backup.
All right. Even though there's no way that
If you're texting an ex, that's a backup.
yes.
It's kind of easy to not when they don't talk to you anyway. so.
Well,
I got my own
that
reasons.
is true. They secretly have an emotional connection with someone other than you.
Okay.
Secretly is the key word there. They're corresponding, they're chatting, maybe they're texting with somebody who's not your other half, and you're not
Makes sense.
telling
Okay.
the other one about it, which
makes
I
sense.
think that's the part that's a problem. They conceal their phone and take it everywhere with them.
All right.
I don't conceal it; it just goes with me.
Now James is laughing, so clearly this has touched a nerve.
Well, hold on. So is the work wife, work husband micro cheating?
Yes,
Yeah.
Oh,
Definitely. That's like textbook.
Well,
but by this definition,
Sorry.
yes.
black men don't cheat.
Have you ever seen that?
Baby Billy said so.
Have you ever seen that skit from overseas where the guy shows up and his actual wife's there and he's like, "Oh, here's my work wife I was telling you about." Like, yes, we went on vacation. Here's our child. It's just my work wife. Leave me alone.
I love it. The work wife. Last one on the list. Your partner gets defensive over everything.
Yeah, well, that's a sure
wow.
sign.
Yeah.
That obviously, and all of that is obviously communication, the lack of.
Bingo.
On
Yeah.
that. Micro cheating.
Micro cheating.
Let's jump into some trending topics here. There's some video from a recent flight that captures the moment where two passengers get into it mid-flight. The problem? It's a common one, the reclining seat. It happened during a Jetstar flight from Indonesia to Australia. Now, in the clip, you can actually see one guy arguing with people in the row behind him. The situation escalates after a man in the baseball cap gets up, attempts to grab him by reaching over a row of seats. And that's when another passenger actually jumps in to stop the fight. Good for him. Experts say it's unreasonable to think fellow passengers will not take advantage of putting their seat back regardless of the flight time. Hugo and I, we were, yesterday's meeting, we were talking a little bit about this. We have no issues. We don't feel bad leaning our seat back. We don't have a problem at all. And then Matt jumps in and goes, yeah,
Because
you're
you
not
fit
what?
somewhat comfortably into it.
100%.
I'm 6'2". It's not that. The seat's not made for me anyway.
Yeah.
I've never had a problem, even still, with somebody in front of me when it leaned back. I never had an issue where
either.
it's done anything. No,
It's for people that have height. It's the
it's
airline's
because your
fault.
knees.
Yeah, it's the airline's fault because they make the seats. I mean, the space
is
between the
true.
seats
But-
so close so they
Yeah.
can pack people in. You can barely my knees touch the seat in front of me.
But
no matter
usually,
what.
but here's the thing: it seems like if they lean back, you're getting more
No.
space because
Right,
if it goes
'cause
like
you have a little bit more leg room
Yeah, I mean,
underneath.
Their knees right here, seat goes up in my lap.
Right,
I might
yeah.
as well do their hair while we're on the plane.
Oh,
I've had people sling their hair.
that is.
Feet,
I get
everything.
Oh,
I
come
get
on.
offended when they do it before they say you're allowed to do it while I'm trying to get my electronics. I've been
yeah.
slapped in the head a
Knocked
few
in
more
the
times
head,
when I'm
yeah.
like, come on.
Yeah,
Right. That
yeah,
is
that's
true.
something, yeah.
If you're looking for love on a dating app, the latest trend is actually not looking. Tribal is a new dating app which blurs a profile photo for 72 hours before subscribers can see who they are engaging with. The unique feature encourages users to focus on the person behind the screen and start with meaningful conversations first. Relationship experts say swipe culture has conditioned people to believe that true love is found with one right or left move based on image. Researchers say new studies reveal a major spike in the negative impact that dating apps are having on mental health issues and depression. Really, you don't say.
Right. If you think about all these things that are popping up here, like Love is Blind and all these shows,
Yeah.
that naked show you were telling me about over in London,
Yes.
England, where you don't see the person. It makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
And it's nice to see the people who are wanting to date somebody for who they are
Yeah.
instead of what they look like.
This is true. However, I think when it comes down to it, guys are visual, right?
100 no, it's science.
Women can sort of see beyond that, but for
Hence
for
why
men,
I'm married and Matt's married.
For men, it's a visual thing. So
100%.
let's say you create this great conversation, and this has happened to me before where I've had like great text dialogue with a guy, but then you go out on a date and it's just like there's just nothing there.
It seems like almost there are different people behind it.
Yeah.
They have that confidence, so you know they have it. But it's like
Yes.
something between from what they think and what they say are two different
Right.
things.
What
and-
translates
yeah.
from this to actual in person
They're
is not
blurring
the
out
same
the
thing.
faces. You're just going to have a bunch of bikini photos, and then when you get there, she looks like Steve Buscemi.
Yeah.
This is true. It's very possible.
You gotta see it
But
through,
then
my
how
boy.
is
You
that
gotta
any-
see it through.
Just blur the fish out. That's
Right.
it, when the guy
But-
stands there short.
She got a
But
bad
how
body.
is,
You
how
cover
is
up
that
the
any
face.
different than somebody changing their profile picture or using a picture that's 10, 20 years
Filtering
old?
it or
Yeah.
chat GPT in it.
Talk show host Kelly Clarkson, she might be ready to exit stage right.
Really?
Word has it that Clarkson is actually once out of her daytime talk show. Clarkson was away from her show for about a month with what was described as personal matter. Insiders say the singer wants to spend more time with her kids. Clarkson moved to her show from New York to Los Angeles, to New York from Los Angeles to start the show, and some say that she wants to return back to the West Coast. She recently shared with fans that she felt lost and alone during the last decade being in the spotlight. And it's a hard thing to do, number one, when the show's named after you.
Yeah.
And then from what I hear from behind the scenes is they had to do so much to get that show from LA to New York, change-wise and that sort of thing. That's very expensive. And now if she quits, you have to think there's a lot of pressure on her because she has a whole staff that will lose their jobs.
That is true. And there was also some talk that she might be joining Jenna Bush on that Today talk show after Today to
I did
replace
not
Coda
know
Conde.
that.
But now we hear she wants to get out of the talk show thing altogether. So I don't know if that's even a possibility.
We want to know what you think. Head to our website, drop us an email. We got more Flash coming up around the corner right here.
Welcome back to Daily Flash. I'm Andrea Jackson. Remember the movie Her with Joaquin Phoenix? The plot features an AI robot that acts as a companion for the lonely main character. Well, take a look.
Good morning, Theodore.
Morning.
You have a meeting in 5 minutes. You want to try getting out of bed?
You're too funny.
Okay, good. I'm funny. I want to learn everything about everything.
I love the way you look at the world.
How long before you're ready to date?
What do you mean?
I saw in your emails that you'd gone through a breakup.
Well, you're kind of nosy.
So what was it like being married?
There's something that feels so good about sharing your life with somebody.
That movie might have been ahead of its time. So how close are we to AI stepping in as our go-to companion? The answer, it is already happening. Joining us to talk more about it is Julia Pugachevsky. She is the senior health reporter for Business Insider. Julia, welcome back. Good to see you. What inspired you to explore the growing trend of people turning to ChatGPT for emotional support or therapy-like conversations?
So I originally was looking at people on Reddit talking about and sharing tips on how to use ChatGPT to analyze conversations between them and other people, particularly looking for signs of manipulation or emotional abuse. And I thought it was interesting. I wasn't sure, how widespread this was. And then Joy Marie McKenzie, who runs our life division at Business Insider, had suggested kind of more broadly looking into ChatGPT being used as therapy. And I have to say, looking into it, I realized that, this is quite more widespread. There are TikToks of people sharing tips on how to use ChatGPT as a surrogate therapist. You can even, program it to speak back to you like a real therapist, which never occurred to me. So it was a fascinating world to look through.
I can only imagine. I mean, I think we're seeing a barrage now of commercials that are promoting this kind of conversation with your phone. It's not hard to see this happening, especially when ChatGPT can do this. Take a look.
Hey, let's have some fun. I'd like you to be super sarcastic. Everything you say from now on is just gonna be dripping in sarcasm. How does that sound?
Oh, that sounds just amazing. Being sarcastic all the time isn't exhausting or anything. I'm so excited for this. Nope, the sarcasm. Let's get this party started.
So from Grok to Gemini to Apple AI and of course ChatGPT, in your research, what were the biggest concerns experts raised about using AI tools like ChatGPT for mental health support?
Yeah, so I would say there are quite a few concerns, but possibly the biggest is that it's not a human, and that ChatGPT, for example, or any AI bot doesn't really have your best interests at heart. It doesn't have any of your interests at heart, really. So I would say, like, to give an example, let's say you text your therapist often outside of your weekly sessions. A good therapist is going to pick up on that and maybe address that later in therapy, kind of that need for reassurance. ChatGPT is not going to notice that. It's just going to say, it's going to give you whatever you want, essentially. So if you're texting 4 or 5 times a day asking to analyze your ex-boyfriend's texts, ChatGPT isn't going to say, hey, what's up with that? It's just going to analyze the texts, and it'll give you what you want in the moment, but it's not giving you what you need long term.
That's a great point. And there are so many subtle nuances when it comes to talk to text or texting. Did you find any clear boundaries or guidelines when it comes to using AI as a therapeutic tool?
Yeah, it's tough. I think some people I spoke to use it, for example, for journal entries. So you get a prompt through ChatGPT that's maybe more specific and thought provoking, and then you write it in a separate diary. Or using it, and I use it sometimes too, to kind of, if I'm having trouble drafting a sensitive email and I want like an extra gut check, I'll use that sometimes. I know a lot of other people do as well. I think the closer you get to mimicking real therapy, the more difficult it is to kind of clear those boundaries a little bit, or understand, the nuances of all of it.
Yeah, it's definitely new territory. Julia, thank you so much. For more on ChatGPT, as therapists, head over to businessinsider.com. We'll also post this interview on our website. Let's turn now to some entertainment news. The producers of the hit show White Lotus have made a shocking admission about the salaries of each cast member. If you want to check into the White Lotus, you must agree to their house rules. Everyone gets the same pay regardless of their star status. And the credits roll in alphabetical order. That means none of the actors get top billing. The show's producers recently shared information about the cast during an interview with The Hollywood Reporter. They said everyone gets treated the same because we want people to be a part of the project for all the right reasons. The pay system has been in place since the first season. And the current season takes place in Thailand and stars Parker Posey, Jason Isaacs, and Patrick Schwarzenegger. Series regulars make around $40,000 per episode, which is about $320,000 for the entire season. And every actor has to audition for their role.
Good for them.
Yeah.
Okay, now you say 40 grand. In Hollywood, some would say that's kind of low, but they are in Thailand, completely taken care of at the Four Seasons, and they're on a hit TV show. So yeah, I think that the benefit of that is, number one, some actors got like, tell me her name, the Monahan.
Yes.
I can't.
I know you're doing Lori.
But anyway, she hadn't been. I haven't seen her too terribly much around, but then she did a great job in this as well. It's such a fantastic show, man.
So good.
And you got me hooked on it. So.
Well, and the thing is, I think it's an investment in any actor's career, because this show is such a huge part of the culture that it can be a career booster. I mean, look at Jennifer Coolidge.
100%.
I mean, her career was completely revitalized by that first season of the show.
I love it too, because they will kill a major star, or the big, or what you might think is the highlight of the show. They'll kill it off. We could say that because the series is over. All right, we got more Flash coming up around the corner. Stick around.
Now, welcome to Preview Review this week, where we give you a sneak peek whilst speaking geek. Well, kids, Universal Orlando has finally pre-opened its newest theme park here in Orlando, Universal Orlando's Epic Universe. Let's discuss. So the park officially opens on May 22nd. Now, it's got a few lands in there. It's got the Celestial Park, which is what you're walking into. It's got the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, Ministry of Magic, which, of course, we needed more Harry Potter.
100%, I've agreed.
We needed more Harry
Look at
Potter. But what the early parts, what they're discussing about that is the queue of it. A lot of people got previews of it, and the ride wasn't really working yet, so they had to go into the queue. We, of course, have Super Mario World, which people have had already previews of sorta at Universal Studios Hollywood and in Japan. So we have an idea of what that was going to be like. Still a huge immersive experience once you go in the tunnel and go up. There's a How to Train Your Dragon land, Isle of Berk, which I don't really know a lot about. It's more for the little kids, I think. But, I mean, the parents are loving it. The animatronics in there are already looking amazing. But the piece de resistance, as you would say, is the Dark Universe area. This is what everybody is talking about. So this one is an immersive thing, bringing all your Universal monsters. The animatronics are what everyone is talking about. The big ride there is Monsters Unchained, the Frankenstein Experience.
Ooh, that sounds fun.
Which people are coming out of there saying it's the greatest ride in the history of theme parks. It's the greatest immersive experience. My problem, though, and hear me out, guys. That right there is all of the influencers that they just let in, and they're already showing every nook and cranny. That's the entrance to the Super Mario World. But every influencer in the world was out there with their fluffy top camera, their little gimbal thing, showing you every little nook and cranny. And look, I get it, Universal. You want the free promotion and you want people out there. I would like to go experience it for myself.
I don't blame you.
Now, I will give
got
Universal
you.
props for this. They do not allow you to film the rides.
Well, that's smart.
They
I-
will
you
slap
don't wanna
your
give it
hands for
away.
that. They're telling you, please don't do that. Because they had a photo ban overall leading up to this. Because they were giving employee previews for this, which Universal really never really did before. But because this park has so many things going on inside of it, and also Universal has a history of opening up parks and stuff not working. The classic story of when the first Universal Studios opened here in Florida and Steven Spielberg got stuck on his own Jaws ride. King Kong never working for like the first year or two there. So they have had these technical problems when they opened Islands of Adventure. There were hiccups there as well. A lot of people got stuck on the Hulk coaster. Some of my grade school friends that were testing it out for the middle school previews were. So those are the things. But what we're getting out of this is a new immersive experience. And what a lot of people are talking about is that Disney's going to have a run for their money. So this is going to have to up Disney's game. You know, one takes a shot at one, the other one has to take a shot at the other. But what we're seeing on these previews, I can't wait to check it out, is that it all looks amazing.
It does look amazing, and how hard they've been working on it too. Matt, what would you say is the biggest surprise from that media preview?
What I have been watching on the clips, and now I know I complain about them doing this, but I was watching them, is the food out there. They have upped the game on the theme park food. You know, we're used to paying $20 for something that you're like, what did I just pay for? They are saying that the food, they really put their effort into that at this
That's
park.
good to hear, actually. I would love to see that. You know, if you're going to pay $20 for something, it better taste like it.
Yeah,
right?
$20 burger, it better taste like a $20 burger.
All right, Matt. We'll wait till you get your official invite down there. Until then, we'll just have to go out with those obnoxious YouTubers. So have to deal with them. All right, check this out. Here's a cult that might make you go a little cocoa nuts. It's a new probiotic yogurt. It's intended to clear out your gut, and it's some claim that it's actually making them feel and look younger. It's called the Coconut Cult, and fans claim it helps with digestion, improves your health, and clears up your skin. The makers of Coconut Cult recommend starting with 1 to 2 spoonfuls of the yogurt per day. It's not budget friendly. Coconut Cult could set you back about $39 for a 16-ounce jar. Smaller jars are available, about $9. Fans can even sign up for a subscription service for their delivery right to their home. And you've tried this, Jackson.
I had
Give
to
us a
try
little
it.
review.
Hugo, our executive producer, put this story, and I'm like, okay, I'm interested. And I found that they were selling it at the Whole Foods store,
Whole Foods, okay.
And a couple of other specialty markets here in our area. I thought it was tremendous. Like, honestly, I don't know if it was just my psyche thinking, okay, I feel better. But these jars go for about $8.99. They're small, but here's the thing. You're only supposed to have about 2 tablespoons a day.
Okay.
And they are packed with crazy is it CFUs?
It's 400 billion CFUs probiotics, which means something per unit, meaning which is amazing. 400 billion is incredible.
In this jar, it's a combination of probiotic and prebiotic, and they say if you do the jar thing, you can't double dip, because if you put your spoon in, you either have to wash the spoon off or get a new one, because the bacteria in your mouth will spoil the bacteria that's in this yogurt. It's phenomenal, and it's better and less expensive to buy it in store than it is online. Also, if you decide to buy it online, expect a 3 to 5 week wait, because they package and produce everything in Ogden, Utah, and the way they package it, it takes a while to make sure, because it's got to come to you, refrigerated. And so it's better if you can find it in your local market.
And you feel a difference?
I love it.
Yeah, it will. People don't realize how important gut health is. So
watch
try
the
this out.
Netflix documentary, Secrets of Your Gut. It's amazing.
This is Daily Flash with your hosts, Andrea Jackson and Mitch English. Trending news and entertainment. This is Daily Flash.
Hi, everybody. I am Mitch English.
I'm Andrea Jackson. This is Daily Flash. Today's trends, tomorrow's top.
And it's the 411 show today.
411.
So we got a lot of information set up
ton.
for you, right?
Nonstop.
I tell you, man, what we need to be more as a country is united instead of divided. But it
Yes.
seems like there is a division when it comes to everything, including your health care. There are more and more people that are saying they want to go to doctors that share their political viewpoints. Meaning, like if you are, say, maybe a Republican or whatever, they want to know what their healthcare provider is. And it's happening more and more. They're actually going to that. And they're saying, okay, does it matter? There's a thing called a Hippocratic oath
Yes.
they have to take no matter what. So if you're a doctor, you have to help out anybody. There's some new legislation in Oklahoma, however, that could change that, by the way.
Oh, really?
That's a whole other sidebar thing.
That's a whole nother topic.
Where you have to, if you're a doctor and
Yeah.
you don't want to treat somebody, you don't have to. Anyway, but moving back to this. Do you think it plays a part, politics plays a part at all in who you choose for your doctor?
Well, I'll say this. During the pandemic, there were some doctors that made headlines because they refused to treat people who were either
That's
A,
where it comes from.
Republican,
Yeah.
or B, refused to get the vaccine because they thought their political beliefs did not align with theirs. Now, as a doctor, I think that is, I think that's unacceptable.
I hope they take
Yeah.
that title away from because that's not what
That's
hypocritical
not what,
oath.
yeah, that's not what you're supposed to do. I mean, and aside from that, and then, there's also people who say, well, look, I'm not going to go to that doctor because I know they believe X, Y, and Z. Let's say you're a liberal, you're a Democrat, you refuse to go to a doctor because you found out that they're pro-life.
Yeah.
So, I mean, again, you're supposed to be saving lives and helping people, regardless of whether you're red, whether you're blue or purple.
And
well, if
which-
you're purple, then you do need help for sure.
Sure.
Yeah, you better change it. You better be going up some Oompa Loompa tube right now in Willy
Exactly.
Wonka's place if you're purple. But it does, I always found it interesting, like in elections, like the dog catcher or whatever. I'm a Republican, and I don't care what you are.
Yeah.
You're the dog catcher.
Right.
What do I care? Maybe you catch it on the right side of the dog instead of the
Yeah.
left. That's the only thing I could see why your political affiliation. But I think that should go along with your being. I can understand it because there is some bedside manners. If a doctor doesn't treat you right, you can see that. But we're judging people about what they believe politically, and which is blinders. 100%. We've got to keep our open mind about this and just go by the reviews. If and again, you're allowed to if it's a specialty doctor that believes different than you and you think that's a big deal, then don't go to him. But why even go down that road? It's good to have that.
On the flip side, I think that if you feel so strongly about those views, then as a private doctor, I think you can cater to that particular clientele.
If you need to, okay.
Now, if I go to the doctor and he knows maybe I'm a Democrat or a Republican and he removes my right leg or my left leg, and I know he comes from a different side of the party, I could sue.
Yeah, but do you guys think that one side should be less funded?
Funded,
I think both
that's
sides should not be funded.
Yeah, I think once you do that, you're talking
Yeah.
about which pills go in your mouth and that
Exactly,
sort of thing.
yeah.
Which, by the way, our staff doctor, Dr. Feelgood, he's very liberal, passing out the oxycodone. He's very, very liberal. Am I right on that? Hey, you remember that night?
$10.
I
I don't remember that night. I don't remember that
fell
night.
off that.
Here,
Oh, you don't remember?
Wait, your hand's so soft.
Did we just get NGO money from Pfizer?
I think we did.
Yeah, I think
I
that
think we
just
did.
was brought to you by Pfizer.
I would love to know our viewers' thoughts on this because
Yeah.
is it a big deal? So what we need you to do, check it out. Go to our website. It's dailyflashshow.com.
Yeah, let us know what you think. This is a great topic, especially during this particular climate. It seems like the last 2 decades, the climate has been completely divided, and it just continues to get more extreme. And now a lot of reports are surfacing, studies are surfacing that one side is becoming a lot more violent and condoning violence. And I think that's an
We got to
absolute
get
no-no.
that out.
We do.
altogether.
That's
You
unacceptable.
need to go to your doctor and find out what's wrong with you. But if
That's
he's a liberal
true.
doctor or a conservative doctor, it doesn't first your views.
You
it
need
is
Dr. Common Sense for that one.
Tell you what, we'll have more Flash, and we're going to get into some good stuff when we return. Stick around. You're watching Daily Flash.
With Easter on the horizon, many families are looking for some fresh ideas to celebrate the springtime holiday. Here's lifestyle expert Elizabeth Warner with what's new with the Easter Bunny this year. Hey, Elizabeth.
All right, well, let's jump right in with some of our kids' favorite characters from Paw Patrol. This is Adventure Bay Airport Set. Now, we're going to be able to create thrilling adventures with this play set. Over 7 different areas for our kids to explore, including an airport command center, a fueling station, and my personal favorite, the vehicle launcher. Kids are going to play out all of their favorite Paw Patrol rescue missions and, of course, come up with a few of their own. This comes with Chase and his squad racer, along with the mayor of Foggy Bottom. So a lot of fun for our kids. Now, when it comes to sensory play, I love Kinetic Sand. It's the original squeezable, stretchable, moldable, natural sand that never dries. Well, now it's also color and form changing. So in warm water, it's going to be a natural color, but extra stretchy. In cold water, it's going to turn blue. Now, the case that it comes in opens up and becomes a play set with areas for warm water and cold water. It comes with a couple molds, it comes with a rake, and at the end of the day, everything stores right inside of this case. We can take it to grandma's house or take it on the go. Now, our little ones love Hatchimals. This is amazing. Little creatures that with love and care, they're actually going to be able to get them to hatch themselves to life. We set the eggs in this cute little pink heart-shaped pool, add water, and then watch the magic begin as they hatch. Once they've hatched, there are loads of accessories they come with, from glasses to hats to a little floaty. Kids are going to play with this for hours on end. Now, when it comes to our little ones, I absolutely love Melissa and Doug. They have a really great group of products called Sticker Wow. Kids are clamoring to collect all of these. They're adorable little characters, including our bunny, Parsnip, and Sprinkles, the purple unicorn. Each character are filled with 300 stickers. Refills are available. The included activity pads encourage our little ones to work on matching, counting, and lots of other really fun activities. I love this. It's mess-free. We can take it on the go. They can utilize this in their car seat or if you're traveling somewhere. Lots of fun for our little ones. And yes, they're learning at the same time as playing. Now, finally, I adore Blockables. These are large wooden blocks with felt accessories, perfect for those cute little chubby hands to build up, down, and all around. The blocks are really great because they're connectable. So now whatever our kids build, they're going to be able to pick up and actually play with, which is very different than traditional blocks. Now, the box it comes in opens up and becomes this gorgeous play set. And then at the end of the day, all those blocks can go back into the box for easy storage. It even has a handle to carry it around. Now, you can head to our website, WernerInfo.com, for more information on any of these fun items.
Hey, you ready to tackle a few of those nagging spring maintenance chores? Well, here's a look into the ultimate home maintenance guide. Check it out.
Spring is the perfect season to take advantage of the warm weather and tackle household tasks before the summer heat arrives. Meredith Sprecher, director of AHS Acquisition at American Home Shield, has more.
Regular maintenance and addressing issues promptly are crucial for preventing costly repairs in the future. Not only does it save you money, but it also keeps your home in excellent condition. Plus, taking care of repairs now allows you to fully enjoy summer activities without the worry of unfinished tasks.
In addition to regular maintenance, spring is a good time to invest in or review your existing home warranty, which differs from home insurance.
While they sound similar, home insurance and home warranties serve different purposes. Homeowners insurance protects against incidents that may happen, like a fire or storm damage. A home warranty covers what will happen, the inevitable repair or replacement of systems and appliances, such as your refrigerator or furnace, which are prone to normal wear and tear.
For more information, visit ahs.com.
Spring is here, and that means it's time to shake off those winter blues for a fresh start. Here's lifestyle expert Marissa Brani with her favorite ways to refresh your routine. Hey, Marissa.
Spring is here. It's time to shake off those winter blues and give ourselves a fresh start to feel more energized, more focused, and our best. If you're on a weight loss journey or on GLP-1 medication, you want to check out the GLP-1 support supplement line from Whole Health RX. This is available exclusively at the Vitamin Shop. It is a modern, science-backed, doctor-approved, and dietitian-formulated approach to whole body health, including supplements like probiotics, fiber, and protein to help support you on your weight loss journey. We're all about simple swaps, and one I'm loving is Evolution Fresh Real Fruit Soda. This is delicious. It's a fresh take on soda made with organic, real squeezed fruit, never from concentrate, just 45 calories per can with 5 grams of prebiotic fiber and no added sugar. It's fizzy. It's delicious. It's a great, simple swap we can get behind this spring. You can check this out on my website, marissabrani.com.
All right, as Americans gear up for spring and summer travel, credit cards continue to be the standard to pay for those trips. Joining us now with more is Richard Hunt. He's with the Electronic Payments Coalition. Richard, tell us, what advice can you really dole out for consumers when it comes to booking those travel plans?
Well, obviously, many Americans are planning their summer vacation, and we encourage people to use their credit card. You have a record of the transaction, but also it's an opportunity to accumulate miles so that travel on your favorite airline is free. And some people, millions of people, use their credit card for cash back. They'd rather have the cash than the miles. And of course, don't forget, you can use the points that you accumulate to pay off that credit card at the end of the month as well.
That's interesting, but how can the credit cards actually help to prevent fraud while you're traveling?
Well, using your credit card is safe and secure and convenient. Unfortunately, there's been an 85% increase in fraudulent activity. However, your bank spends billions of dollars to make sure your credit card is safe and secure. We encourage everyone to contact the bank if somebody fraudulent uses your credit card.
We always get these cards because of the rewards. What about them?
Yes, unfortunately, there's a group of DC politicians who are trying to change the way your credit card is processed. We're doing everything we can to make sure our banks have the freedom to choose how to process their credit cards, which are safe and secure and the envy of this world.
Interesting stuff there, Richard. If you want more information, you at home, just visit guardyourcard.com.
New data from the American Clean Power Association reveals the U.S. faces a historic opportunity when it comes to the environment. Here's Frank Macchiaroli with more.
We're seeing significant increases in energy demand, principally driven by AI, the need for electricity for data centers, and the electrification within our economy, the growth in domestic manufacturing. All of these factors mean more electricity demand. We did a study that showed over the next 15 years, we could have up to 50% of increased demand for electricity. That's after 25 years of essentially flat electricity demand. So that's the challenge we face. The opportunity is that we have this abundance of resources at our disposal, not just the traditional forms of energy that folks are used to, but newer forms, cleaner forms, renewables like wind, solar, battery storage. For more information, please visit our website at cleanpower.org.
Hey, do you know that one of the top 15 hospitals in the world has just launched a new program? It's called Strangers. Now, this campaign actually encourages people from all over the globe to register as a donor. Pretty interesting stuff. Check it out.
The King Faisal Hospital has been evolving very fast, especially during the last 2 years, doing some great things, doing more for more people, doing more transplants, doing more different surgeries, being first in the world in doing some breakthrough transplant surgeries. We've been doing, in the last 2 years, over 1,000 organ transplants at the hospital. We aim to do 5 to 10% more this year. If you're a donor, you can save up to 8 lives. We need to understand that there's a lot of work to be done in this field. We are also refining the techniques all the time to do this, to increase the quality, both for living donors, also for the recipients. And we need to increase this awareness. We need to get more people to sign up. And by saying this is life-saving, it impacts a lot of people. What I'm excited about is the advancement of the robotic surgery, the first fully robotic heart transplant that we did last year, where we had a patient, instead of staying at the hospital for 60 days, they stayed for just over 10 days. By using this technique, by evolving this technique, we can see we impact lives.
Let's talk Easter. We've got some great tips for choosing the perfect ham to those creative leftovers. Here's Chef Tim Ziga with Honey Baked Ham. Hi, Tim.
Well, buying enough ham to feed the entire family for the holiday can be very stressful. A good rule of thumb is to order about a half pound of ham per person. That makes it pretty simple. And then it really just comes down to how many people you're serving. So preparing and serving an Easter ham could not be simpler with Honey Baked. All Honey Baked hams are going to come fully cooked, pre-sliced, and then topped with that sweet and crunchy glaze. All you have to do is set it out and serve it. As we know, ham is a traditional item. It's been served on American tables over the last few decades, and as a traditional item, it really loves the classic side. So macaroni and cheese is my personal favorite, or potatoes au gratin, green bean casserole. Even these baked cinnamon apples are a great complement to ham. The sweetness of the apple really pairs nicely with the saltiness of the ham. For more information on everything I've talked about today, you can head over to honeybaked.com, place an order for pickup at your nearest Honey Baked location.
We have more Flash right around the corner. Let's check in with our friends at Daily Buzz right here on Daily Flash.
Planning a family spring break? Look no further than Disney's Lookout Key in the Bahamas.
We have fused Disney's signature entertainment and service with Bahamian culture and heritage here on the island. And that is what really makes Disney Lookout Key at Lighthouse Point special. We worked really closely with Bahamian artists, with Bahamian cultural advisors, historians, and musicians to bring that Bahamian feel to the island. There's really something for everyone here. You have an adult-only beach, but also there's our Fun in the Sun Beach Bash, where families can play together on the beach with Disney characters. It is so much fun. Our guests get here on the Disney Dream, the Disney Wish, the Disney Fantasy, or the Disney Magic.
And the new Disney Destiny joins the fleet in November. Visit DisneyCruiseLine.com for more.
Follow the Daily Buzz on social media.
Hey everybody, before we head into the weekend, we always like to give you our picks for streaming for the weekend. This is where we tell you about something you got to check out on your streaming services. We start off with AJ. What's your pick?
Okay, this show features a guest we've had on our show previously. Yeah, it's called Greed and Gold. It's on Netflix, The Hunt for Finn's Treasure.
I was at a friend's house. He told me a guy by the name of Forrest Fenn had some treasure worth, at the time, everybody's saying $1 to $5 million. I would love to be a millionaire one day. We're rednecks, but not stupid rednecks. Yeah.
It is so good. The guest we had on the show wrote a book about the hunt for Finn's treasure. It is twisty and turny. I loved it.
It's neat. It's neat. It's fun too.
Yeah.
It's
I
interactive.
lived in New Mexico. I went hunting for that.
For that, you no such luck though. Huh?
Nice. All right, well, my pick this week just came out on Disney Plus, and if you're like me, you grew up with this as a father-son story in a Goofy movie. It's called Not a Goof.
Jeffrey Katzenberg was talking about going on a vacation with his daughter, and they weren't quite getting along, and he thought that might be an interesting subject matter for the story of Goofy and Max.
A father who's worried about his son and where he's going.
It's funny, this movie just celebrated its 30th birthday, and when you're watching it as a kid, you're like, oh, come on, let the kid go have fun. And now as you're watching it older, you're like, spend time with your dad. For the love of God, he's not going to be there forever.
It makes you think, right? Yeah, I love shows that pull out that emotion.
That's
very
great.
good. All right, speaking of families, I just, if I can't get enough of the Righteous Gemstones, so I had to go old school by way of Danny McBride's Vice Principals, now streaming on Max.
Come tomorrow, there's a brand new principal in town. His name is Neil Gamby.
Whatever, Gamby. First thing I'm gonna do when I become principal is fire you.
Gentlemen, I'd like you to meet the new principal at North Jackson.
I am so sorry that I'm late. There's a car parked in the principal's face.
Love this show. If you like Righteous Gemstones, you're gonna. If you love Danny McBride, this is a Danny McBride production. It's all in South Carolina. Great show, and he's made quite an empire out there.
What I love about Walter Coggin is he went from that guy from that thing. That guy.
Yes.
See, now we're starting to know his name.
I love him, and I love him, and he is unbelievable in this role too. It's kind of like a halfway between White Lotus and Baby Billy in this role. That just shows it. That does it for our show. Thank you so much for spending time with us.
Yeah. Be good, everybody. Head to our website for more, dailyflashshow.com.